So let's start with the international break. I mean first of all, how did you find out? When did you get the nod that you might be involved?
So it was on the Wednesday before the QPR game.
Yeah.
The coach for the camp, Ben Futcher, gave me a text like, "Can you just give me a call when you got 5?" Gave him a call, and thankfully it was a positive phone call. Just told me that he wanted me to come along, and they were really looking forward to me coming in, and yeah.
And did you have any inkling at all that was on the cards, or was that completely out of the blue?
Sort of. I had a text a couple of weeks earlier saying like, it might happen. So I was kind of preparing myself a bit before, but yeah, for it to come through and be confirmed, it was a nice feeling.
Was it one of those where, when you'd been sort of tipped the wink a little bit that it was possible, you're almost trying not to get too excited, not to build it up too much?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's with everything. Like, you can't let everything like make you get too carried away. So you just gotta enjoy it, like, briefly, but then sort of park it to the back of your mind and obviously focus on the league games here. But then when you find out, same sort of thing, just enjoy the moment, and then focus on the game, which we did for the QPR, and then obviously enjoy the rest of the experience.
Yeah. And was it, I know the result wasn't the first one, certainly wasn't what you would have wanted, but as an experience of going into camp and being part of the whole thing, was it what you hoped for? Yeah.
It's good to go and experience, the top level, I guess. Just sort of how they work and the ins and outs of it. And like you said, obviously the result wasn't what we wanted, but in the game we felt quite comfortable, and it was quite a tight game. It's just they're a bit more clinical than us, but like you said, it's good to experience that environment, and then to cap it off with a win in the second game was made it even better.
Yeah. And the fact that you were brought in, and sometimes you get called into these squads and you're training and you might get 5 minutes here or there, but to be so involved in both the games, and that's what you're there for, isn't it? That's what you're dreaming of.
Yeah, definitely. And it gives me a real confidence boost as well, that they trusted me to be put straight into the setup, and I hopefully repaid that trust. And thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, it's everybody's dream to represent their country, and to do it even at under 20 level is something that I'm sure you'll never ever forget.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it was an absolute honour to actually wear that shirt. Like you said, every young lad's dream as a kid. Hopefully can have more of it in the future.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed it is the start of a really long association there. Was there a moment that particularly stands out, whether it's getting the kit or the national anthem or part of the games? Is there one bit that stands out for you?
All of that, like you said, was pretty special, but I think the win, the second game, how we went about it, 10 men scoring late on, and obviously setting the goal up. I think that probably tops it off.
Yeah, well, I absolutely would. And do you look at 2023 and just think it's just been a bit crazy?
Yeah, it definitely has been a bit of a roller coaster. There's been a lot of highs, a few lows, but it's just been a bit of a mental year, to be honest. Hopefully it can carry that on into next year.
Well, that's it. And do you now, hopefully you believe that you belong at that level, that you've been called in for a reason, you're playing regular first team football in a championship season for a reason. It's about keeping it going now.
Like you said, like being called into that environment and being trusted definitely gives you that extra confidence boost and makes you almost want it even more. Hopefully, like I said, I can in the near future keep getting them experiences and really kick on from there.
Well, there was I'm sure you're aware of it to some extent, but I think there's a real level of pride from City fans that, they've seen Alex Scott go, and he's obviously been associated with the club for a while, and Tommy's gone and done his Scotland 21 thing as well. But, to have players involved at the very top level of international sort of junior football, do you sense it, the fans really, that they're 100% behind you? They see that, and they're as proud of you as hopefully you are of yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Because it can, definitely in recent years and that they've sort of branched out a bit further, and like you said with Scotty, and I think we had Lloyd Kelly as well, same sort of age groups and that, and it just goes to show what talent we've got at this club and in our academies and that, and so hopefully there'll be many more to follow.
I'm sure there will. Bringing it back to more City-related stuff, obviously great result at the weekend. How are you, the players, sort of getting used to what Liam's asking you to do? Is it different enough that it's been difficult, or is it, where are you at with that?
It's definitely been a change, a positive change, I'd say. And it's still early days, so things might not be as perfect as we might want them to be, but we're all learning, we're all eager to learn, and I think it's we're going to reap the rewards in the next few games, and we're trying to work on things on the training pitch. Hopefully it might take a bit of time, so a bit of patience might be needed, but I definitely think we can create something good going forward. Yeah,
and I guess whenever you're being asked as a squad to sort of do things slightly different, there's always going to be a level of comfort with knowing exactly what you're doing. So are you feeling more comfortable now in terms of, okay, that's roughly what he's asking, I can go away and do these things that I need to?
We're all getting a lot of detail, whether that's in possession or out of possession, and we all know what the gaffer requires of ourselves and others around. So I definitely think that helps the team, and like the boys coming on from the bench as well, they all know what's being required of them. So it definitely helps when you step onto the pitch, having more of a clearer plan, I guess.
Yeah. And as far as the attacking side of it, it's gone. Probably as a team, you haven't scored as many goals as you would have liked over the course of the season, but I think more shots certainly than a lot of matches recently, and 3 goals from the weekend hopefully suggests that things are moving in the right direction from that point of view.
We've definitely got the firepower in the attacking area of the pitch, and the creativity from behind, and there's been times this season where we've created those chances, but maybe not been as ruthless as we liked. But like you said, then creating more shots and stuff like that, we're going to eventually get more success from it. The more you have, the more success you hopefully get. So I definitely think we can be more ruthless, and hopefully start turning a few more teams over more convincingly.
Well, which is obviously what you're hoping for, and get yourself moving up that championship table. It's going to be a tough test on Wednesday, isn't it? Southampton, one of those relegated Premier League teams. You look through the squad, there's a lot of big names in there, but Middlesbrough were in pretty good form at the weekend, and that worked out all right.
Yeah, the league as a whole is pretty crazy. Anyone can beat anyone. But they've got real quality throughout their squad, and their style of play. It's looks pretty on the eye, but there's definitely chances for us there to win the ball, because we know they're gonna maybe get impatient or overplay. So I definitely think we can pounce on them opportunities, and hopefully score some goals from it.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Thank you.
Did the England coaches say why you had been called up specifically? Like what you've been doing, other than playing well, of course, but what you've been doing in terms of your game? Did they say anything like that?
Not specifically like that. They just sort of said like, we've been watching you like throughout the season, and like we think your performances and that sort of justify the call up. So yeah, not anything specific, but just sort of vaguely like that.
We mentioned Alex Scott earlier. Did you contact him beforehand as to what to expect?
So he actually texted me because he's obviously still friends with a couple of the lads in that squad. So I think one of them told him, and then he texted me. But I probably would have messaged him anyway for that. And he just sort of congratulated me and said if there's anything you need to ask me, just do so. And he helped me a little bit with that.
Was there anything you needed to ask him?
Yeah, just sort of what to take and things like that. But he's been good with that. So yeah.
You talked about sort of working and watching Premier League players and all that kind of thing. I just wondered, is there anything that you took out of that someone did something that you were, that's interesting? Is there anything like your learnings, if you like?
Yeah, there was Premier League quality in that age group, and it's just interesting to see what the almost difference is between that and where I'm at now. And just taking little bits from each of them and hopefully try to implement them into my game, and to hopefully help the team to kick us on and kick myself on individually. So.
What were those differences?
It's just like how they look after the ball, or just being cleaner with their actions. It's all quite small things, but they all add up to the bigger picture, obviously.
I didn't see the first game, but obviously the second game you came on the right-hand side, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Is that something? 21s, you sort of played at both sides, didn't you? The 20, was there a big difference playing on the right compared to the left, where you've been all season, really?
Yeah, it does feel different, definitely. But in the QPR game, I came on the right initially.
Sorry, you did, yeah.
So I'd done a bit on it in training during that week. But yes, you're receiving it a different side to the pitch. You got different options, outside, inside. So you do have to adjust. But if I can add the right side to where I can play, then it just adds another string to my bow. And it's good to keep learning. So,
which is something obviously the head coach has talked about a lot. I'm just kind of thinking in terms of your role in this team, do you think you're going to be having to do some different stuff than perhaps what you were doing before? You might have to adapt your game in certain ways?
Yeah. Before, I'd say we weren't as possession-based as we are now. Now that means I might have to be dropping in a bit deeper to get on it and receiving in different areas of the pitch. I had a chat with the gaffer yesterday, and he sort of just said he wants me to have a plan A, a B and C rather than just one. So if I come up against a defender who's strong in one area, then I've got other ways to get better of him. And I think that's the same with everyone, and we're all really, really enjoying it. So.
How easy is that to? You're not changing your game, obviously, but before a lot of it was ahead of you, wasn't it? So you were often running onto a ball. Mm-hmm. I know, sort of transition comes into it, but there was a few instances on Saturday, for example, where you're playing when you're back to goal a bit more. Admittedly on the wing, but you're the defender's behind you, and then you're going. I mean, how much have you done that kind of in your youth career? Is that something that you're comfortable with? Like how quickly do you think you'll get it to where a point where you are comfortable with it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. In the academy, I mainly played through the middle, so at times I would have to come short to maybe play backwards to then spin again. So it's something that I've done before, but not in a long time. So it's gonna maybe take some time to get used to again. But again, we've done some work yesterday on how to better use that movement to not just so I'm playing backwards all the time, so I can get it and get at the defenders as well. But yeah, it's just another learning opportunity. So
Lots of video.
yeah.
Yeah. Tell
But
us
yeah.
how much. Like what? Like
Well, we always got clips, our individual clips anyway. But it's just going through them with another set of eyes, I guess, just to see what opinions, like how opinions may vary. So yeah.
And are you kind of watching it at home as well as like you staying up late at night watching videos of yourself?
Well, no, I'm not keeping myself up, no. But yeah, when I come in, we have the iPads at breakfast and that, and we can sort of go through them ourselves. And then, if we need any of the coaching staff to help us with that, they're more than happy to do so. So. Yeah.